Today for the final conference of Refill project, an URBACT project, and we are very glad to have with us Daniel Termont, the Mayor of Ghent. Mayor, first of all, I would like to ask you which are the main challenges that the city of Ghent is facing from your perspective?
Well, I think in the future, as any European city, mobility, housing, and looking indeed to have enough schools and housing for a lot of refugees that arrived in our city, and also people who are coming from the east of Europe. I think these are the things where we are the most confronted with. Yeah?
Okay, so I hear big societal challenges, infrastructure issues. What about the citizens? I think there is also, in Ghent you are very active in terms of educating your citizens, working with them. You have many bottom-up approaches, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We are so convinced that we cannot govern the city ourselves, not as a mayor, not as vice mayors. We have every day to listen to the citizens. We are convinced that it's not enough anymore that the people are going once every 6 years or every 4 years to go to vote for who is going to be the new mayor, but that in the daily policy of the city, the citizens have to play an important role. And we are working already many years on a bottom-up strategy. We are asking, if, for instance, I give you a very small example. If someone said to me, Mr. Mayor, this or this is a problem, I said, oh yeah, you're right, but what is the solution? What would you do if you were mayor? So they have to think, yeah, I don't know really exactly. I said, me neither, but let's search for solutions. I think about it, and if you have a solution, give it to me. These are small things, but that's that's the philosophy where we're working on this city. And during all the years that we have enforced the people to think and to take part to the policy, we see that we have really a bottom-up policy in the city, that we have a co-creation in the city, that we have a participation in the city, and that's for us very important. And as you see here in the city, on many places, it are the citizens who take the initiatives. And I'm so convinced, and I don't exaggerate, I mean it, that in 20 years the decisions will not be taken anymore in the city halls, will be taken in the streets, or at least be prepared in the streets. Because I think if you have to take decisions, you cannot do good for everybody. That's sure. Every decision that you take, there are a lot of people who are against. But you have to let the people take their decisions themselves, especially what's happening in their neighborhood, what's happening in the street, what's happening with their neighbors, and so on. So we are working in that philosophy and in a lot of things. I can give you 15, 20 examples of initiatives that we have taken where the citizens have to take the lead and not the mayor.
So what you're telling us is about a new kind of role that the mayor has, which is no longer the guiding of the city, but the mayor that acts as a sort of a broker for the city, an honest broker, if I can say so.
Yeah, kind of director, but not only the mayor. It's the philosophy that you have to have in your whole city. The vice mayors, the administration, everybody who is working for the city has to observe the idea that it are the citizens at least who has to decide. And you can do proposals. I'll give you another example. I can give you a lot of examples. If we want to start a new development in a neighborhood, we don't go anymore with engineers who are sitting in the front of and say, these are the plans, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about the plans? No, we are going to the neighborhoods with a white sheet, and we said, please sign up what you want in your neighborhood. And then we start to work on what we received. That has taken some years to convince everybody, especially in the administration. But I'm so happy that indeed today almost everybody in the city who is working for the city, from the mayor to everybody, to the people who are working in the street, are convinced of the fact that it is the citizens who always have to have the last word. But that means not only to have the last word, but also to think what they thinking and to do suggestions and be creative also. So co-creation and participation is going hand in hand for us, and we are working very hard on this. And the whole idea of Refill, that we started in 2007. It was my second year that I was mayor when we started this idea. Is an example of the many things that we are doing in the city. Yeah?
Perfect. And I think we see the results of all this work here today. In this final conference, we have more than 40 cities coming from all over Europe. As you are saying before, Ghent is a rather small city, 260,000 inhabitants. But the work that you've been doing is very interesting for so many other European cities. And my last question to you would be, in such a Eurosceptical environment, which are, from your perspective, the advantages for a city like Ghent to continue working at a European level and to continue collaborating with other European cities?
Well, let me answer with one sentence that said it all. I am so convinced that the future of Europe will be made by cities, by smart cities, by sustainable cities, by cities who are working with their citizens. And that's the idea that we promote also. And although we are a small city, we take the lead in a lot of initiatives in the European field. That our city, Ghent, and myself are president of Eurocities, the organization of 142 big cities in Europe. That means something for a small city. And that means that indeed on different fields and different items, we take the lead. And we have here visits from other cities who are looking how we are doing this, how we are doing that, also on the field of mobility, social policy, and so on and so on. On all kind of things, I think we are taking the lead because we have very, very good people who are working for the city, and I'm so very proud of our people and of our citizens who are so creative.
Thank you very much, Mayor. If you want to know more about all the work that Ghent has done also in URBACT, in Refill, in Stay Tuned, and also in Interactive Cities, please go on urbact.eu. Thank you.